Alright, so the other day when I was making my Marcus Dibble videos, I was kind of thinking, back to his old videos, the good old stuff.
Daniel's only 13, and Brian's 25. Cash him inside prison. How about that?
Before he, ended up talking to 13-year-old chicks, I was thinking back to the days of the Percy Inglis call out, and I was just thinking to myself, what happened to that bloke? Where did that bloke go? So I decided to go on Google and give his name a quick Google search, and then this happened. So yeah, it's pretty fucked up. I did not expect this at all. I decided to go actually watch Isaac Butterfield's new video as well, where he talked about Marcus Dibble and, how disgusted he is in him. And he actually touched on Percy Inglis, and he basically said Marcus Dibble was a flog, and, he bullied Percy Inglis and all of this type of stuff. And some people were talking about, his comments on Percy Inglis and the whole Marcus Dibble situation.
And I feel personally attacked by this for some weird reason. I mean, I was never friends with the dude. I barely knew. I think I talked to him on Instagram a couple of times, but I watched his videos when I was younger, when I was in high school and coming out of high school.
Some people were saying some real fucked up things about this case, so I'm just kind of here to, talk about, well, what the fuck happened to Percy Inglis? What actually caused this to happen? Of course, again, I like to make a lot of jokes and stuff in my video. I'll probably do a lot of that in today's video, but again, I just wanted to start off by saying, suicide, it's not a joke. If you live in Australia, you can call one of these helplines and whatnot. And yeah, again, don't be too afraid to speak out is what I'm trying to say here. So I kind of wanted to make this video to, talk about Percy Inglis' death, kind of read over a couple of the comments, because a lot of people still don't know to this day that he actually passed away, which is pretty sad. I think it's a controversial topic to, talk about. Like, some people might be angry that, like, I've made some jokes here and there, but I haven't made the jokes, on his expense or anything like that. Like, I think it's a little bit different. Like, I've seen some people saying that he killed himself because of the Marcus Dibble video. You gotta remember, that Marcus Dibble video was like 5 years or so before Percy, like, passed away and whatnot. I'm pretty sure that video had, like, really fucking nothing to do with Marcus. In fact, I heard they actually became pretty close in the end and were actually... Oh, dude, I don't want to talk about Marcus talking to kids anymore, but I've thought I've been done with these videos, but hey, it's a different type of situation. I heard he got pretty close with Marcus and they became, good mates in the end. So, when Isaac kind of, maybe suggested that, I'm not saying that Isaac, said that that's the reason. I definitely wouldn't have thought that, but I think it's just a little bit wrong to kind of say that Marcus Dibble's rant call-out had anything to do with Percy Inglis' death whatsoever. Unfortunately, I and most people will never know what Percy was feeling. It is a little bit shit to have seen, him go so young, and I know this dude still was actually crushing it. Like, I remember I think, it was either Marcus Dibble or another YouTuber actually posted, like, one of his little highlights or something from his, jiu-jitsu, and the dude was a freak from remembrance. Like, he was actually really, really good, and a lot of people gained, like, a lot of respect for him and all that type of stuff. So, again, I don't think it's disrespectful to refer to that old Marcus Dibble video of when he was calling him a mop and that, you can still look back at that and say, those are some funny memories, those are some good stuff. Just because I don't think that had anything to do with Percy Inglis' death, and I think it'd be a little bit harsh to kind of link the two, especially considering that video was 5 years ago. But I guess we'll never really know why this ended up happening, and it's just such a shit thing to really see. Alright, so here we have an article about Percy Inglis and his death. Again, I've tried to fucking remove all these ads because half the time it's some old people or anime tits and shit, so I don't know, I felt like that was a bit inappropriate for this subject that we're looking at right now. But it actually says here, Percy Inglis' death caused suicide. How Percy Inglis died and what happened. Percy Inglis' death cause is allegedly suicide. It was actually doing really good in jiu-jitsu, building his life back up before the tragedy happened. Percy Cawthron, Instagram page bio reads, or Cawthron, I don't know how you say that name, but I think that's actually his real last name. His bio actually read, child of God, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu athlete, 2-time Australian BJ champion, BJJ champion. Bro, look how actual much he changed. What the hell? The loss of a family member is so heartbreaking. So believe me when I say our infinite... Fuck, I should probably get rid of these, dude. Anyway. Our loss of a family member is so heartbreaking. So believe me when I say our infinitely BJJ family are all gutted after hearing the sudden death of Percy Inglis. Dude was actually so young. Like, to think that he was my age, it's absolutely fucked up to think about this. I wonder if they've got Marcus Dibble's tweet kind of anywhere just floating around here. Cause his Twitter got deleted, so I don't know if that's still here. But it says, what the fuck, Percy apparently passed away, man. Even though he was a controversial person, no one deserves to die that early. Rest in peace. That's another thing I want to talk about. There are people, you know, talking about in Marcus Dibble's old comments and all of this stuff. There was some, most of the people, 95% of them were like, you know, RIP my guy, gone too young. And then there was that 5% of absolute fuckwits that were just talking so much shit. And look, don't get me wrong, the Percy Inglis video is pretty fucking funny. I mean, when Marcus Dibble compared him to a mop, class content right there. You won't get anything like that. But, honestly, it's just so shit that he's gone like this. See, we've kind of got some backhanded comments here. We got Jay Valentine on May 12, 2020. You were a bit of a knob, but you were doing so well, and you really did try and turn everything around. Rest in peace. Bit of a knob. He was a teenager when he was doing those videos. Are you fucking serious? You are an adult. You are still a knob. Fucking loser. He was a fuckwit online. Shut up, idiot. But in other news, Marcus Dibble has returned to Instagram. He's actually been posting stories about sheep. The fuck knows why he's been posting stories about sheep, but it does actually look like Marcus Dibble. A lot of people thought he got hacked. The account is actually called Dibble Will BRB, and he actually posted a couple stories, you know, saying that there are always two sides of the story, and apparently he's actually working up on a follow-up, which will be really interesting to see a follow-up video, because I don't know how you can make a follow-up video, especially after this bloke nearly just went to jail, and other YouTubers like Butterfield and that have kind of called him out. So, it's a really weird thing, but the reason, like, you just know it's Marcus is because this bloke has been posting memes about WWE and stuff like that, and that, I remember Marcus was a big fan of that type of stuff, so, dude, I don't know, it's going to be weird as to see this guy try and make a comeback, or try and post a follow-up, considering this bloke apparently talked a 13-year-old into coming to an Airbnb. It's kind of stuff. If you haven't heard about all of this, go and check out my other videos, which I will all link in the description down below. It is going to be really interesting. I don't know how he's going to pull this off. I'm probably going to make a follow-up video on this. I'm expecting his response, or whatever you want to call it, to come out pretty soon. But of course, if you haven't already, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/vlog channel, and comment your thoughts and opinions. Comment your opinions on Percy Inglis and your best memories of him, and you know, other stuff. Did you guys know he had passed? Does this video help you guys at all? You know, again, just definitely let me know. Of course, if you're having any issues with mental health or anything, please go and call those helplines, which I did put, you know, in the video, and they should be up probably about somewhere here again. But as I was saying, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Till then,